Yeah, greetings, my fellow freedom lovers and sovereign thinkers. This is LL3's its latest podcast. Actually, it's early Thursday morning, March 6, 2014. I was just going through some of the archives, and I just forget at times to bring a few messages. But fortunately, I checked my emails. And folks from the Florida 10th Amendment Center gave me some, I would say, disappointing, morose news. And it was about the House Bill 733, the Florida Second Amendment Preservation Act, has been withdrawn from the Florida House. And they received the following message from Representative Dane Eagle, who brought it to the floor on February 6th. And it states, "We penned this letter with great disappointment, as the purpose is to inform you that the Second Amendment Preservation Act, currently filed as HB 733, has been withdrawn from," hold on here, I goofed up, shoot, sorry about that, "is withdrawn," okay, I'll just go, "has been withdrawn, and that the policy position will not be pursued in the 2014 regular session. The reason for this withdrawal is simple. The tactics and methods used by many grassroots supporters of this bill have unfortunately created an air of suspicion within the Capitol, suspicion that some advocates care less about the Second Amendment and more causing divisions among like-minded people. The old adage, we can disagree without being disagreeable." So, what the hell? Sorry about that again. Comes to mind. We find it timely that Senator Rand Paul just this week spoke to the issue of language and message regarding support of candidates and issues. The fact is, any chance this bill had for passage in 2014 is no longer realistic. We will no longer allow our names be attached to a bill that has been used as a vehicle to attack and create division amongst our allies. Our fellow Republicans and the legislature believe, as you do, that the right of self-defense contained within the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is an inviolable right, on par with the rights to speech, assembly, and worship contained in the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. These are inalienable rights granted to mankind by our Creator, and the law of man neither rightfully abridge them, nor should they attempt to do so. However, it will be infantile to suggest that this is not a debatable position, and even perhaps a minority opinion in America today. Right or wrong, there are numerous restrictions on these freedoms at both the state and federal level. Any assumption that a challenge to this thematic would be no more complex than the passage of a simple commemorative resolution demonstrates a gross underappreciation of the challenge. Frankly, changing the current dynamic will require the conversion of our friends and neighbors with sweet words of congeniality, not the rude hammer of corrosion by state power. Laws meant to protect our rights are meaningless if the majority of the citizenry care little for their protection. This is the challenge which we believe the grassroots can most effectively assist. As a further note, throughout the last several months, as we attempted to craft a bill which would meet your stated policy goals, conflict regularly arose between your supporters and Florida's National Rifle Association and its leaders. Miss Marion Hammer. The fact is, the NRA and Miss Hammer have been a champion of our Second Amendment rights for decades. While they are an independent group and able to provide their own defense, many of the protections we enjoy today in Florida come directly from their efforts, insomuch as the legislature has been the vehicle for those accomplishments. We provide a short list of your consideration below. Pass Nations First shall issue right to carry law. Pass firearm preemption, stop local gun control. Right to carry reciprocity laws. Pass protection against expiration of concealed weapon licenses for active duty military. Pass hunter protection law. Pass protection from shooting range closures for noise and nuisance. Pass protection from shooting range closures by governmental environmental lawsuits. Pass the gun manufacturer lawsuit protection. Pass restoration of castle doctrine protection. Pass stand your ground protection. Pass no net loss of hunting lands. Pass hunter voter registration. Pass right to carry a national forest. Pass gun registration prohibition. Pass no confiscation of firearms during a state of emergency. Pass penalties for local governments who violate gun rights. Pass protection against doctors violating gun owners' privacy rights. Pass numerous fee reductions for concealed weapon license holders, etc. These protection of our rights did not come without considerable effort, and their continued upholding will not come without a commitment to our principles, a commitment which we believe the majority of the state legislature shares. We hope that this message is received in a constructive manner with which it is intended. We look forward to working on this issue in the future. God bless you, and may God bless the state of Florida. Sincerely, Representative Dan Eagle, Representative Matt Caldwell, Representative Heather Fishagen, Representative Ray Rodriguez. You know, it's funny about this. I always gotta say, who is bribing who? And to be all honesty, it looks like, allegedly speaking, the National Rifle Association from Florida don't like the Second Amendment Protection Act. However, all these little areas they talk about passing, like Nations First shall issue right to carry law, which a concealed weapons permit is a privilege, not a natural born right, but you have to have permission. I know it's not that hard, but still, you get your fingerprints and you're in their database. So how is that a right to carry? Alright, like the right to carry reciprocity law with the whole permit thing. Okay, it's all well and good, but it's still a privilege. Alright? And of course, you know, like I commend them with the gun manufacturer lawsuit protection. Stand your ground. If you read the language of chapter 776, which is justifiable use of force, you gotta look at the the clauses of that chapter more thoroughly. Because I know stand your ground came in, like, if I'm correct, it was like clause 13. I could be mistaken about the whole investigation and so forth, and they can get immunity. However, you gotta really read the whole entire chapter. Okay, it's chapter 776, entitled "Protection, Justifiable Use of Force." All right, so it's good when they do the right to carry and the government registration prohibition, no confiscation of firearms during the state of emergency. Yeah, that's good. I'm not complaining about that at all. And of course, the local governments, penalties for local governments who violate gun rights, of course, and numerous fee reductions for concealed weapons license holders, etc. Like I say, it's still a privilege. So, like the whole thing they talk about passing, I see good and bad. All right, but with the whole Second Amendment Protection Act, if you go to my past archives, I read it and I have a link for it as well, is to have the ATF and any of these national bureaucrats trying to go in our territory, which is actually someone that James Madison wrote in Federalist Papers 46 about when the federal government encroaches on our jurisdiction, states' rights. So that's mostly a 10th Amendment issue, but you have some of these individuals in there don't really like to honor that because, hey, who's bribing who? That's the question, okay? And some folks that were like anti-gun, anti-self-defense made a statement, oh, this is the NRA bill. It never was. The 10th Amendment Center did it. I was one of those individuals who took initiative on looking at it and pushing it to my servants. And I'm just wondering if George Morotis co-sponsored, if not. I can find out why. Because he has too many glam boys in the state level too. Oh, well, the federal government, if we don't, if we do this, we're not going to get any federal funding. You know what? The hell with them. Where's the federal funding coming from? Us. I don't want to hear these lame crap excuses. Even at least Larry Pratt was very supportive of the Second Amendment Preservation Act of Florida. And what he says here, the proposed Florida Second Amendment Preservation Act is the kind of legislation that all states should be enacting, since the federal government seems not to understand the meaning of shall not be infringed. The states must step into reign of an out-of-control government in Washington, which Mr. Pratt is absolutely correct, and I am a proud lifetime member of that prestige organization as well. And yeah, it's very very disappointing. And I like some of the comments. A couple comments that was down here on this site. I'll definitely post it up. I found in here. Can we say, quote, bribery, unquote, allegedly? And Rosemary Richards, she had a couple of very critical too on it as well. Well, all I gotta say, my friends, yes, I am very disappointed. And to all those people that were against it, piss on you. Alright? Piss on the office you lie in. That's how I look at it with this whole division. This one-dimensional, we don't want to step on anyone's toes. Truth, justice, and the goody two-shoes way never works. And remember what Jefferson says, a little rebellion now and then is good. Okay, well, I'll be good all time for now. I will definitely post this on my Spreaker page. Plus, you could hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, YouTube. You know what to do. Even send me information also. That'd be really great. And as always, demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate societies. Until next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.